Yo, what up, everyone? All right, this is the fifth war of season 8 for Full Loki. I know it's been a while since I uploaded, but we've had an approach to war lately where we're not even clearing the whole maps. Typically, only doing like a few fights maybe each war, and I don't know. I haven't even been recording my fights. I think I only recorded like one of them. There just hasn't been much to share, but this war, we're going against Bray, the Battle Realm Assassin's Elite. We decided we were gonna, take this war and go for a win on it. So I am on Path 5 this war with a team of Omega Red with Sabretooth for synergy and OG Vision. The first node 10 was rank 4 Electro. Yeah, pretty easy with Omega Red. Just as long as you do tentacle hits, you don't take any of his damage back. So, just basically went for doing medium attacks and heavies the whole fight and just keep the degen going on him pretty easy. This next node, node 16, is the Power Reserve, Unblockable Special 1, Kinetic Reactor, all that good stuff. I took off my suicides. I had suicides on the first fight. I did take them off and went at this with OG Vision. Probably could have been a pretty easy fight, I would say, for Omega Red, but I know there is something with Massacre. I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's if you have a bleed or any debuff on you, maybe, where like you suffer ability accuracy reduction, I believe. I could be totally wrong, but I know it makes it so, you don't land your parries all the time, and with the Kinetic Reactor, I figured I'd just take off my suicides, go in with OG Vision. I know it's a nice, safe fight, so, trying to do everything I can to clear the best I can. This is pretty late in the war as well, so I'm max boosted and going to be running the entire way through to the end. Now, this next fight, No 23 Masochism, is a rank 5 Science champion. This ends up being a Void. And I still have my suicides off, so I figured I'd go in with OG Vision. With Omega Red having a debuff on you, you're going to be taking damage from Void. Little spoiler alert, I will say this is just a terrible fight with OG Vision. This goes so badly. Like, you can see here, I got the debuff on me. I'm really not minding because I got, the full max boost going. Get the debuff off me here. And I don't know what occurs. Like right there, I interrupted his heavy before he even threw it. But that's actually because I just didn't even realize I was about to trigger the masochism. And then here, it happened again. And I let my block down and ended up eating a combo. So now I got to get the full 10 hits to get this debuff off me. And right there, he didn't throw a heavy. I guess I was a bit slow trying to combo into him when he finished his combo. So I ended up getting parried and thus losing my combo again, getting a second debuff on me. And at this point, I'm screwed. Like, this fight's over. There's no way I can come out of this. Um, yeah, just poor. Very, very poor fight with OG Vision there. I don't know. I don't know if I just took the fight lightly or what. Like, I went in there just thinking, pretty easy fight, done with OGV before, and there was just all kinds of sloppiness going on there. And you see now, I got points left out. I really just took my suicides off and left the points off, figuring, I could just throw them back in the suicides after that fight. But the fight ended up going so poorly. Right away, I just thought to myself, I'm going to go throw my suicides on and do this with Omega Red. Like, it can't possibly go any worse than that fight just did. So, Omega Red, he bypasses masochism with his, with his spores. Each spore gives a 10% chance for the opponent to not be able to shrug off debuffs. So when you are fighting a masochism node, that makes it so, the masochism can't trigger because they can't shrug off the stuns or the degens that you place with heavies or any of that. At this point, the war was really tight. I believe we were actually tied when I started running my fights. So, eating that death with OG Vision was like pretty big gut punch. Definitely had me a little scared for what's to come. You can see here, this Void, I got the spores stacked, and Omega Red just absolutely destroyed the fight. really wish I just went in with Omega Red to start. Um, really not much of even a need for OG Vision in this war. But you see here, I got a Node 29, rank 5, Sig 200 Killmonger. Never tried this fight with Omega Red. The war is tied. I just ate a dumb death, so, I'm a little worried going forward after how poorly I did with OG Vision, but I got my max boost going. Gonna throw on an invulnerability boost just in case. And yeah, just gonna go for it. Give it the best I can and see how it turns out. So my thought at the beginning here is just, try to get this SP1 out of him if I can, which he does throw. And really just like the SP1 allows you to really stay close to him throughout much of it, so you can keep the spore stack going. So I just kind of block it at times and then evade the last hit. You see I got the 30 spores going. They drop off because he got a little passive backing off there, but place the heavy, and the node got 300% cornered, so whenever I'm placing that degen, it's going to give a lot of power to him. So at this point, I'm really just trying to wait for the degen to just be about to expire, and then hit the parries and put the degen back on him. And obviously, because of the spores not allowing him to shrug off debuffs, I don't have to worry about the masochism, and I can always hit my parries. So yeah, that fight went absolutely amazing. Like I couldn't have been any happier with how that turned out. Got a nice high spore stack right out the gate, and then just really was able to refresh the degens on him consistently without dropping off any spores. He threw the special twos very willingly. So yeah, that I'm not sure that could have really went any better, to be honest. Really happy with how that turned out. But at this point, I went right at the split. Got a rank 5 skill on this power shield node with 100% power gain, extra armor, unblockable special 2. Ends up being a rank 5 Korg, so just bait the heavy there at the beginning. He backs away. My parry does stick there, even with only 4 spores. He wasn't able to shrug it with his rock stacks. At this point, going to bait the SP2. Still got a good amount of these spores stacking up on him. Want to just, try and keep these refreshed for the most part. Even though this node, only specials are supposed to do damage. Damage over time effects like bleeds, poisons, etc. They all still do damage. So, yeah, just letting the degen from the spores do the work. You see on that special 2, I got no crits on it, which on this node, the crits really are what give you the most damage from the power shield. So that was a little unfortunate, but in the end, really wasn't a bad fight. Just held them spores on him quite well. He was pretty free with throwing the specials, so, never gotten any kind of risk of getting backed up into the corner or anything. Yeah, so that was the rank 5 Korg on Power Shield. Now next up we have a rank 5 Mystic on the node 37 Brute Force node with Poison, Unblockable Special 2, and maybe some other stuff. I don't know. Yeah, this ends up being a Symbiote Supreme. Now, Brute Force, you just have to land a hit every 6 seconds. Otherwise, you get like a degen placed on you, which, can do some good damage. But Symbiote Supreme, really easy fight. With his really slow passive power gain, I pretty much just push him right back to the corner here. And as you can see, Omega Red with the spores stacking up like that and the degen just absolutely disintegrates that fight. Like, it's just a joke how quick that fight went. But now moving on next, I got the Node 48 mini boss, which is a rank 5 Morningstar. This is the kinetic reactor with Plagued Mind and and 10% Limber. So yeah, this pretty easy fight for Omega Red. You're gonna have the death field constantly active with the bleeds that Morningstar places on you. I'm just going to really try to bait the SP1s, just in case I were to mess up the SP2, because in the process you actually evade 3 hits, so you're going to get a dex buff on you, and if you were to get caught with the last hit of it or something, it does some serious damage to you. So rather just bait the SP1s and not even worry about it. So yeah, I mean, For Omega Red, I'd say this fight goes a little longer than normal, but, you know, really nothing too bad here. Uh, but yeah, I wasn't, placing the heavy to hold the spores or anything, so it drags out a little bit for an Omega Red fight, but in the end, nothing too bad because, with the bleeds, you constantly healing with Omega Red, constantly having the death field up, so a little bit to get that last SP1 out of her, but in the end, pretty easy fight for Omega. Alright, and now for the final fight of the war, I will be trying to take down this rank 5 Thing boss, Sig 200, with my rank 5 Omega. So, yeah, I did try this fight in a previous war that we weren't fully exploring. I wasn't max boosted or anything in that war, and actually timed out with about 10% health left on him. So you see here with his heavy, it's actually a 3-part. He does 2 quick hits and then a delayed third. And you can see I'm interrupting it before that third each time. Right here I place the heavy, which put him at 15 stacks. So I get the special out of him at that point. I got the 30 spores going. Now right here, looking back, I think this was a mistake. I do 3 hits and then my special 2, which puts him at 15 stacks again. Because the special 2 is 7 hits. But you see now, I can't bait the special out of him. Like, he's just not throwing it, losing all the spores on him. So I looked back at that, and in hindsight, I think it would have been better if I had thrown 1 hit into the special 2, and that would have left me 2 hits to put him at 15 stacks, which would have allowed me to basically, after my SP2, turtle up, which he probably would have just came in through a heavy, and then I could have threw my heavy to place the degen and hold the spores on him. But yeah, that kind of flustered me a little when I lost all the spores. At this point, trying to get back to getting that spore stack held on him, get the specials out of him when I get him up to the 15 stacks. It was going really well in the beginning when I had the 30 spores. I got like half his health off him. Then got into a bit of a lull where, the damage output wasn't really there. At this point, he throws his special right away when he had 10 stacks and no power. So my mindset was just kind of like, what do I do at this point? But you see here, I was able to hit into his block, get him over the 15 stacks, over a bar of power, and get the special out of him. Here he's just beating away into my block like he's not too keen on throwing those heavies. Yeah, getting down to the wire here. My health's low, his health low. Got him at the 15 stacks, hit into his block a little here, try to get the spores on him a little bit, but, then he just throws a heavy, which I can't punish because of the stacks. He'd go unblockable and unstoppable. Yeah, just, really coming down to the wire, trying to get the spores on him the best I can at times. Here I got him to 15 stacks again, throws the special right away. At this point, going to go in with the combo, throw the SP2, and got Thing down with Omega Red. So, yeah, pretty sick. First time I've taken down a Thing boss with Omega Red. Don't think I've seen it anywhere else either, so pretty cool. We did end up winning this war. Great war to Bray, and thanks for watching.